Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Buckeye State, where the Jets open a 3-game road trip facing the Blue Jackets for the first time since January 22nd, 2020. And it marks the first matchup for some familiar faces against their old squads on Thanksgiving Eve here south of the border. Starting goaltenders for tonight's game, Connor Hellebuyck. In the month of November is 3-1-2 with a 1.62 goals against average and a .947 save percentage. He's 4-0 in his career against the Blue Jackets. At the other end of the ice, Elvis Merzlikins started the season 4-0, but since then it's 3-3 with a 3.51 goals against average in his past 6 games, but he is 6-1 on home ice this season.
Well, both of these clubs will remember January 23rd, 2021 as the trade that saw Pierre-Luc Dubois and a third-round pick move to Winnipeg for 2 former first-rounders in Roslovic and Patrick Laine.
And we'll see what kind of a greeting Pierre-Luc Dubois gets from this fan base here at Nationwide Arena tonight.
Well, it's interesting because when he came out for the warm-up, there was a smattering of boos, and you would expect that, you know, as a guy that was very open, especially afterwards, about wanting his way out of Columbus and starting a new chapter in his career. He's gotten that opportunity with Winnipeg, off to a good start this year.
Justin St. Pierre, Mark Jonette, the referees tonight. C.J. Murray and Jesse Marquis work the lines as Dubois wins the draw. Brendan Dillon back on it. And out with it comes Neil Pionk. He'll get it to center, and it's off the boards and brought back in by Andrew Peeke. Here's Boone Jenner trying to work his way through center. He got stopped and forced back. And the Blue Jackets reset. Peeke is on it once more. He'll play it across for Vladislav Gavrikov, who will dump it in as Hellebuyck's out of the net. Stops it back to the goal, and he plays it around the boards. Pionk trying to clear it out. Goes off the skate of Dubois. It'll make it to center, back down the ice, and that one comes free out of the net as Merzlikins as Kyle Connor was turning on the Jets and nearly got a break there.
Just when you thought he was at the end of the shift, he turned it up a notch, an extra gear, almost made it.
Peeke on the puck, chipped into the corner, Kopp goes after it, it's up the boards and knocked out by Eric Robinson. Hustling back forward is Josh Morrissey. Now Schmidt will go retrieve it for Winnipeg, and he'll take his time as the Blue Jackets have to clear. Morrissey up with it. He'll play it across to the wing as Nikolai Ehlers will dump it in, riding a 3-game road point streak as it's kept in at the line by Mark Scheifele. Robinson up with it. Quick pass across. Texier will feed it over for Corrali. He can't get past Morrissey at center, and it's worked back in by Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers throws it towards the net. It's high over the goal, off the glass, and back to center.
Yeah, never a bad thing just to fire it at the net. You never know if you get that rebound that ends up in front when you take that bad angle shot.
Lowry after to the corner, worked over by Adam Boqvist. Now dug out, sent it up high. Here comes Harkins, takes the shot, and that one is off the leg and goes over the glass and out of play.
Yeah, good job by Werenski. I mean, Harkins had a clear lane to the net. He dusted it off once too much, and that allowed Werenski to get over there and get his stick in the lane, deflect that thing out of play. And you look at Boone Jenner, the 7th captain in club history here for the Columbus Blue Jackets, a guy who really worked on his skating in the offseason. That's really been his knock going back to when he came into the league. Doesn't seem to be a problem right now for Columbus.
Lowry jumped the draw a little early. He gets tossed out, so Harkins in to take it against Cole Sillinger. Harkins won it. Back for Logan Stanley. Snapshot through. Merzlikins a save. Rebound comes back to the point. Stanley holds it in. Played it deep for Harkins behind the net. He's cut off by Boqvist. Jake Voracek trying to move the puck. Comes back around the net. Kevin Bayreuther will get it to the point. Svechnikov holds it in. Here's Harkins circling around. Harkins got it in front, and it's kicked away by the skate of Jake Voracek. And he'll take off with it. The wily veteran, approaching his 1000th game, will get it up onto the wing, and it's brought in, dropped off. Here's a chance. Quick shot. Hellebuyck the save. Oh, right at the line. It's pulled out by Neil Pionk. A great defensive play as that puck just started to trickle in behind Connor Hellebuyck.
And I think it had the steam to make it past the line. Pionk there to save the day.
Gavrikov will play it around for Peeke. Works it to the point. Max Domi can't get past Nash, and now it's picked off at center. Morrissey steps up on it, winds up and fires, and that one's high over the net, and it will skip away from Tony Nato and end up back in the Jet zone. Riley Nash played it into the corner. Nash played 3 seasons here with Columbus. They'll work it out for Dominic Toninato along the boards, and he'll feed it back to the goal. Nash goes after it. Had it poked away, though, by Gavrikov, and Columbus will get it to center. Brought on now by Jack Roslovic. He'll snap it around the boards. Schmidt let it go. It's off the stick of Oliver Bjorkstrand, and that'll get a whistle.
Columbus looking to get on the board first, but Hellebuck gets a save from Neil Pionk. It's Cole Sillinger who's been so effective here as a center on that second line for Columbus. His shot goes off the right pad, and then Pionk has it go off his body, but he reacts quick enough to recover with the backhand, getting it out, almost banked it in off Hellebuck once again. So he's making saves left, right, and center, in front of the net, behind the net, all over the place. And a good job there by Pionk to keep it out.
Kyle Connor will get it off the glass and out, and it's lifted right back in as Dillon, after the puck, will let it go, so Pionk can play it around the boards. Kept in at the line by Columbus. Zach Werenski feeds it off into the corner. Backhanded on net by Jenner and gloved by Connor Hellebuck.
Well, there's no doubt that Connor Hellebuck has done his thing, missed a few games with a non-COVID related sickness, but since coming back into the lineup for Winnipeg has been absolutely brilliant. A string of games here where he's kept the opponent under 3 goals and giving his team a chance to win every night.
Pionk will get it off the glass and out. Now it's worked back in as Brendan Dillon will send it across. Kyle Connor at the line, and Dubois was just ahead of the play, couldn't stretch long enough, and that's an offside.
It's game time. Order all your favorites with Skip the Dishes. Let's get hungry.
Yeah, look at Kyle Connor, 22 points, leading the way for the Jets so far this season. Doing a great job with 12 goals. And one thing he's doing a little more often than he used to is shooting the puck, believe it or not. He's always had that reputation, but shooting it more this year than what he's done in the past. 4.7 shots per game as opposed to 2.9 in his career.
That leads the NHL with 84 shots. Jake Bean from center will dump it in as Hellebuck slows it down back to the net. After it in the corner is Yegor Chinikov. Throws it in front. It comes back to the line as Bean will poke it in. Voracek snaps it on goal, steered away. As Werenski will leave it. Chinikov throws it in front. Tip kicked out by Hellebuck. Sillinger trying to feed it back for Chinikov. It's picked off and Dubois got it. And here's a reception as he sets up Kyle Connor with a backhand. That is stopped by Merzlikins. Couldn't get a clean handle on it. Kyle Connor brings it back in. He's on his own as the Jets are finishing a change. He'll float it on net. Merzlikins a stop. And then he puts out the stick. And he trips up Ehlers. And that'll be a penalty to the Columbus netminder. And Winnipeg will get the first power play of the night.
Well, Kyle Connor does such a great job here. They're on a line change, the Winnipeg Jets. So what does he do? He just straddles across that blue line, waits for reinforcements. I love this play right here. All the Blue Jackets are back. It's 1-on-4. Wait. Now he just throws it to the front of the net. Excellent play. As Ehlers goes there, he gets tripped up. But credit Connor, really, with doing the job to draw the penalty there on Ehlers. A great job, good patience, and really smart play waiting for Ehlers to come into the action.
Domi will go to the box to serve the penalty, and Winnipeg's got the power play as Pionk will set it up for Ehlers. Snaps a shot, it's off the skate, kicks over to Morrissey. Here's Ehlers with it. Nikolai Ehlers right in tight, stopped by Merzlikins. Great opportunity for Riley Nash. Here's Ehlers firing, and Merzlikins makes a save and he holds on.
You know, it's funny, Nash is a fourth-line player, but because he's a right shot and there are some limited right shots available to Paul Maurice for this Winnipeg Jets team, he gets a chance here in this first power play unit. Just scanning the net side, does a good job pulling that puck to the forehand. Merzlikins with a good stop, playing so deep in goal there, has it hit the pad, and then a good rebound thereafter for the Jets, and can't beat the Latvian netminder.
Jets 1 for 18 in their last 8 games on the power play as Columbus clears it down the ice.
Goal scoring in general is really dried up for this Winnipeg Jets team.
Here's Ehlers. Hits it in over the line, stops, tried to float it towards the net. Gavrikov will knock it down. And Ehlers will have to swipe it back at center as Pionk there is forced back to his own blue line by Sean Corrali. Pionk will take his time with it, rattles it in off the glass. Got away from Merzlikins, back of the goal. Jake Bean is on it. He'll turn and send it down the ice. Hellebuck forced to move it. Got it around the wing. Ehlers there waiting for it. Crosshay's pass under the skate of Blake Wheeler. Now Dubois will feed it back for Wheeler. 45 seconds to go in the power play for Winnipeg. Nate Schmidt got it ahead at center. Wheelers for Scheifele. Mark Scheifele will work it into the Columbus zone. Knocked into the corner. Wheeler is on it. Turn it over. Zach Werenski is there. He'll get it out. And it's back down the ice as Schmidt is after it.
Got to be careful with Texier there. He's got good speed here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Was cheating a little bit on the exit.
Kyle Connor works his way into the Columbus zone. Stopped inside the line, and it's cleared down the ice. Hellebuck turned it over as Corrali got his stick in the way.
Good read by Corrali.
Hands it up for Corrali, back of the net. Here's Robinson. He goes down. Fans wanted a call there. Puck free in front. Domi with a chance, and Hellebuck got a piece of it. Domi back of the goal and into the corner. Feeds it to the point for Peak. Sent across. Here's Robinson with it. Throws it in front. That one skipped away from Gavrikov. And now a race for it at center, but Peak is there first. As Scheifele will chase him down back into his own end. Broken stick. Opportunity denied, though, for Winnipeg as it's played out by Roslovic, and he'll get it back on a high pass. Knocked it down out of the air as Lowry got it to the point. It's kept in. Bookfist trying to reach for it. After it goes Svechnikov. And here come the Jets again through center. Harkins will dump it in. Merzlikins back to the net. Stops it. Played it off into the corner for Bookfist. He'll take his time with it. Is chased out of the corner by Harkins. Played the center for Domi and works it back into his own end. Bookfist for Hoffman. Dumps it in deep. And Dylan DeMello will retrieve it. Dominic Toninato brought it in right in front, and a chance there for Vesalainen as he flipped it over the goal. Oliver Bjorkstrand up with it. Played it up through center, went off the skate of Boone Cheddar, and Logan Stanley will reset here as he heads it off for Morrissey. Vesalainen tried to get it up on the wing. Toninato goes after it. Dropped it back for Vesalainen, going to the net with a shot. Merzlikins a save, and Vesalainen cuts across the crease. Couldn't get to it.
Good value minutes for the fourth line for Paul Maurice there. That's the line that scored the lone goal in their last game on Monday night, with Toninato opening the scoring before Winnipeg gave up 3 unanswered to lose.
Long pass up through center by Schmidt, just out of the reach of Ehlers. And Igor Chinikov is on it. He'll drop it back for Gavrikov. Worked up the boards. Cut off by Scheifele. Ehlers trying to get to it. This time Gavrikov goes the other way. Tipped at the line by Voracek, but not out as Andrew Kopp is on it. Trying to get it in front. Went off the skate. Scheifele will look to track it down, but it's picked up and brought out by Voracek. Flips it up on the wing. Sillinger trying to catch up to him right in front. Great chance all alone for Chinikov, and he couldn't get a handle on it. Voracek in tight. Chinikov tried to play it through his legs. Voracek looks for a little open ice. Drops it off. Snap towards it, and reaching back is Hellebuck, and he'll get it in the glove off the stick of Bayreuther. The Blue Jackets with a couple opportunities. Max Domi denied by Connor Hellebuck as they look for the opening goal in Columbus on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey on Sportsnet.
A good thing for Pierre-Luc Dubois, who probably would like to erase the shift from his memory banks. It was the exclamation point to his breakup with the Blue Jackets and really where his tough year started. Dubois said about last season, I kind of lost myself in the trade and the injuries and my play, who I was on the ice, off the ice. I felt I wasn't the true me. Well, guys, where Dubois once was lost, he looks to be found. Downright dominant so far this season.
299th career game tonight for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Only 6 players from the 2016 draft have played in 300-plus games. 4 seasons here in Columbus for Dubois, and you're right. Having a good start to this season with the Jets.
Utilizing his size, utilizing his teammates. Really good chemistry right now with Kyle Connor. And starting to shoot the puck a little more.
Creates that great 1-2 punch down the middle for Winnipeg with Mark Scheifele and Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for the opposing coach to match up against 2 essentially 1A lines.
How often do you hear win the middle, win the game, right? So big factor for Winnipeg as Kyle Connor will tip it into the corner. Dubois on it, back of the net, hands it off, and it's snapped on net by Wheeler as Merzlikins is up against the post to make the save.
Dawn Power Wash saves you time from scrubbing dishes. Simply spray, wipe, and rinse to clean as you go.
Scheifele will take the draw against Sean Corrali. And he won it as Ehlers goes after it. He's cut off by Eric Robinson. Zach Werenski will hand it off for Jake Bean. Got it up on the wing, and Texier will get it off the glass and out. Here's Robinson. Looks for Corrali in front. He'll drop it back for Texier. Jumped over his stick. Jets are on the attack as Kopp will bring it in over the line. Morrissey going to net. Ehlers with a shot and diving across is Elvis Merzlikins to make the save.
Yeah, good job in the transition here by the Winnipeg Jets. Ehlers is so fast, he actually gets caught up behind the play, gets held up right at his own blue line, but then has the speed to regain and gets a step on the defender. Perfectly placed pass, shoots it all in one motion, but Merzlikins read it like a book.
Shots 9-5 in favor of the Jets. Nobody on the board yet in Columbus on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. Well, during the break, Columbus Blue Jackets welcoming back Pierre-Luc Dubois and Riley Nash, their former players, and a decidedly different reaction for both players from the fans.
Yeah, they weren't saying
a little boo for Dubois, and he was having fun with it, and then they showed Riley Nash, and he got the big cheer. So you were wondering if it was boo or do.
No, I think it was boo.
Nah, I don't know. I was saying boo earns, but
that was pretty funny because Riley Nash is at the exact other end of the bench for Winnipeg, and they show him, and there's a big cheer in the crowd, and everyone on the Winnipeg bench is smiling. Pierre-Luc Dubois gave it the old thanks for the Bronx cheer, a half-hearted wave at the crowd, and he's still having a little laugh over it on the bench for Winnipeg.
Well, he said that that might be the reaction that would happen tonight, and he would be ready for it. And so why not have a little fun with it? All part of the entertainment. Here's Andrew Kopp. He'll get it in over the line. Bouncing puck as he dumps it off in the corner. Back of the goal. Zach Werenski's after it. Cleared it off the boards, and that'll make it to center as Schmidt backpedals with it. And Nate Schmidt will lift it into the third row of seats.
Yeah, I got a little leverage underneath that one just a little bit. Nate Schmidt's been such a great addition back there, pairing with Josh Morrissey on that top defensive pairing for Paul Maurice. And there you see Jake Bean. What a great addition he's been to this Columbus back end. Is really stuck behind a plethora of defensemen in Carolina, now getting an opportunity, and not only an opportunity, but first pairing opportunity with Zach Werenski, the star young defenseman for Columbus.
Here's Harkins. He'll backhand it in. Out of the net is Merzlikins. Works it up around the glass, and it's brought out by the Blue Jackets. Jack Roslovic on it, and he gets it in over the line for Max Domi. Domi tried to play it down for Jeffrey Hoffman, who then fell. Domi back on the puck. Played it off. Bayreuther takes a shot. Kicked out by Hellebuck. Around the goal is Roslovic. He'll stop. Turn the other way. Jack Roslovic spins around, trying to get it in front. Roslovic had 2 goals, including his first of the year in the Jackets win in Buffalo on Monday, a 7-4 victory. 3-point night for Roslovic, who had a admittedly slow start to the season, but felt good that he was able to get off the schneid on Monday. Lowry will bring it in now. Hands it off. Here's Blake Wheeler. Backhand on net. Blockered away by Merzlikins. Wheeler still looking for his first goal of the season. Now it's Dubois that lost it. And back the other way comes Voracek. Voracek, one hand on the stick, pokes it on net. And Connor Hellebuck makes a stop.
Yeah, good job on the rush there by Columbus. And they are now known as a rush team, but it all starts back the other way with a good opportunity for Blake Wheeler. 5 assists so far this year, still looking for his first goal. Tries the backhand short side, Merzlikins stops it, and then they break out the other way. Chinikov puts it in an area, and with only one hand, Voracek still able to make a difficult save out of that one for Hellebuck.
And a penalty here to the Jets as Brendan Dillon gets called for cross-checking. So Columbus will get their first power play of the game, and they're 3 for 23 in their last 8 games at 13%. Correction, sorry, it was hooking, not cross-checking. I apologize, but still 2 minutes nonetheless. As the Blue Jackets now reset, and they'll drop it back. And here comes Voracek. Big Voracek. Brings it in. Left it for Bookfist. Played around the goal. Now they'll try to set things up. Voracek on it once more. He's pressured by Logan Stanley. Puck cleared as it got by Zach Werenski down the ice.
Well, that reach is such an asset for Stanley out on that first PK with his partner Dylan DeMello. Does a good job getting the clear.
Werenski on a 5-game point streak with 7 points. Feeds it up. Voracek onto the wing. Jenner around the boards, and they're waiting for it as Bookfist. Back to the point. Bjorkstrand hands it up for Werenski. Zach Werenski back to Bjorkstrand with a shot. Tip. Stopped. Rebound. Cleared away by Connor Hellebuck.
Two good left pad saves there, and then able to clear it with the backhand.
Voracek for Bookfist. Walks in. Hands it off. Zach Werenski shoots, and that one missed. Voracek's got it off the boards again. Traffic in front. Jenner trying to cause a disturbance as Voracek waits with it. Bookfist settles it down as it went off the stick of Lowry. Now Voracek has to bat it across for Zach Werenski. Throw to the line. Here's Bookfist. To Werenski off a skate in front, and that one will float to the corner. Voracek on it again. Back for Bookfist. Shoots. Stopped by Hellebuck. Rebound. Diving across. And Bjorkstrand lifted it over the goal, and the Jets clear it.
Hellebuck's been really resilient in this game. There's not been a lot of clean looks for him. A lot of traffic being created by Columbus with a couple of good power play chances.
Puck brought back up by Jake Bean. Got it in for Roslovic. He's forced off the puck by Dylan DeMello. Logan Stanley reverses it for DeMello. Dylan's out of the box. Power play over. The Blue Jackets got 3 shots with that man advantage. And now it's picked up and brought in by Domi. Drops it off. Here's Hoffman. Shoots. Hellebuck to stop, and then he fell backwards as he had to squeeze the pads to block that one. Racing forward here is Wheeler. Shot high in the air. Kyle Connor's got it. Rolls it to the point. Schmidt in tight. Connor trying to get a shot. Loose puck. Throwing it right to the crease was Dubois. It comes around the boards and is kept in at the line by Schmidt. Kyle Connor with it. Trying to break free from the traffic as Jake Bean sticks with him, but Connor's on the puck. Goes back to the net for Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois hands it off for Morrissey off the stick. And back the other way comes Domi with Hoffman going to the goal. Domi to Hoffman. Shoots. Scores! Jeffrey Hoffman puts it home, and Columbus is on the board first.
Well, this is how Columbus has made its mark this year, by being effective on the rush. And you see it again here. Domi's at the end of the shift, but he still has enough steam. He looks up, he knows he's got Hoffman there, and what an impact he's had for both of his line mates, Roslovic and Hoffman. He gets back in against Buffalo. Hoffman picks up a couple of points. Domi has 3 points. And there it is, the first goal of the game. A great job by Domi just to get it over to Hoffman. And in it goes. And Roslovic, being the 3rd member of that line, also coming off a 3-point game against the Buffalo Sabres.
The Columbus goal is his 2nd goal of the season, scored by number 15, Gregory Hoffman.
There's Texier in center with it. Pass broken up by Kopp. And it's lifted back in as Hellebuck's out of the net. He'll stop it and work it up the boards. Bean comes in. He'll get it down low in the corner. Kopp reaching for it. Neil Pionk will bring it out for Winnipeg. Cross ice pass grabbed by Nikolai Ehlers. Here's Kopp. Circles. Goes back to the point for Dylan. Throws it on net. Merzlikins will steer that aside as Texier is checked. Dylan's got it again. Hands it off. Neil Pionk on a rolling puck has to chop it to the corner. It got away from Kopp, and Werenski is there. Dead to the line, kept in by Dylan. His shot goes off a stick and floats to the corner. Mark Scheifele up with it. Back for Ehlers, hopped over his stick, and Logan Stanley will back up at center with it. There's Harkins. Finds some room through center, brought it in over the line, and Merzlikins will set it up. Lowry got it around the boards. Logan Stanley's there, dumps it off for Lowry. Back of the net, played in front. It's Svechnikov, just couldn't handle it. Stanley shoots. Merzlikins a stop. A lot of bodies in front, but he found it through the traffic as Svechnikov wraparound attempt. Picked up by the glove of Elvis Merzlikins, and he'll hold on and get the whistle. Gregory Hoffman with his second goal of the season as the opening marker for the Blue Jackets here in Columbus on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey on Sportsnet.
Actually, with his line mates Roslovic and Hoffman, you saw it the other night against the Buffalo Sabres, a 7-4 win in what was a wild affair, and there's Domi up to his old trickery there in that game. Hoffman with a couple of assists, Domi with 3 points, and so too with Roslovic getting off the schneid. And it's so nice to have that luxury where they get it done again. Hoffman was drafted so long ago by Carolina in 2011, they were almost Hartford, and now his 16th NHL game.
Big goal to open the scoring in this one, as Boone Jenner will carry it out. Here comes Jenner, dancing his way in, goes to the net, and Schmidt will force him wide as he chops it back to the goal. Off the skate of Morrissey, and he'll track it down behind the net. Played it up onto the wing. Nikolai Ehlers is there, and he'll throw it out at center, and it ends up back in the Columbus zone as Dean is there. Got it at center. Nyquist got it ahead for Werenski. He'll take a hit as Kopp will pick up the puck. Throws it up at center. Quick pass, and here comes Scheifele. Mark Scheifele holds up, hands it off. One-time shot by Ehlers, sails wide of the net.
Nifty play. Ehlers, instead of driving the net, hung back to open up a lane for the one-timer and just missed.
Sean Corrali played it out for Peak, and his high shot sails over the net. Pionk is after it. Played up for Dillon. Onto the boards, and Kyle Connor will get it at center. Flipped ahead. Dubois will try to track it down. Swings it around. Blake Wheeler's there. Back for Dubois off his stick. Dillon comes in for the point, but Alexander Texier is there first. Trying to clear it. Wheeler knocked it down with his hand. That one stung. And Wheeler's trying to get to the Winnipeg bench as the puck ends up there first.
Well, Bart's, we're talking a little bit about Max Domi and what a tough year it's been, and you go back to June 3rd, shoulder surgery, misses training camp, October 16th, fractured ribs, misses a couple of games there, and then gets back into the lineup, and then has to sit out because of COVID protocol. So I saw him this morning in the media availability, so oh yeah, I'm good now, I'm happy to be back out there, and he's proving to be a huge asset here for Columbus.
Try to get a rhythm going when you're out that much and in the early going of the season.
He's a little bit like Mark Scheifele on the other side. Suspension, you know, got banged up against the Islanders a little bit, COVID protocols. Looks like Scheifele's starting to become himself again.
Here's Nash with a shot tipped on the way through. Tony Dotto trying to cause traffic in front. Kevin Bayreuther will get it off the glass and out. Logan Stanley back on it for Winnipeg. Tony Dotto had that one go by him, and it's out at center. Bayreuther is there, and he'll feed it back into his own end as Adam Boqvist will take his time with it. Jets make a change. And here comes Voracek with it. Jake Voracek in career game 985 tonight. He's on target for his 1000th game on December 28th in Chicago.
Gets to do uniform in which he was originally drafted.
There's a drive by Peak, just goes wide, and Svechnikov will try to clear it out. Kept in by Chinakhov. Here's Voracek back to the net. Tries to cut out front, and he's knocked down as Lowry comes in and lays the body. Lowry on the puck. Up for Svechnikov. He'll take off with it here in the final minute of the opening period, but it is picked back up by Chinakhov. Peak. Up for Sillinger. Cole Sillinger over the line with a shot. Goes out the leg of Dillon. Turned over. Chinakhov in tight. Sillinger with a shot right on, and Connor Hellebuck up to the task.
Well, a good shift for that second line. It's like one man and two babies. You look at Voracek, he's got the two kids, Chinakhov and Sillinger. They've done a great job with plenty of zone time possession here and create a good chance at the end of the play. But go back to Nash, just sending it to the front of the net, tipped there by Tony Nato, who's feeling it after that goal against Pittsburgh the other night. And then Lowry comes in and says, all right, I've had enough of you guys. Knocks Voracek to the ice, but still a nifty play to get it back up in the air.
Here's Scheifele up for Ehlers. Working his way backwards through center, gets it off for Scheifele. He's down the wing. Zach Werenski watching him. Dropped it back. Ehlers with a shot. Blocked in front. Goes after the rebound, and it'll come to the point. Neil Pionk with it. Pionk trying to drive the goal. Backhand right across the top of the crease. Ehlers has it. 5 seconds to go. They'll have to hurry. Scheifele with a drive. And Elvis Merzlikins gets across to make the save.
Yeah, and you can find it in those pretty baby blue pads he's featuring here this evening. Merzlikins. Good job here by Scheifele. You know, Paul Maurice has talked about this churning offense, zone time, retrievals, continuing to have possession in the offensive zone, and a good job there by this line with Scheifele getting the shot at the end.
2 goals, part of those 4 points he has in the last 5 games for Scheifele. They're going to just double check the time here on the clock with 1.4 left, and they say it's good, so it'll have to be a quick face-off win for Scheifele. He got it there, but Ehlers couldn't get to it as Corrali jumped in and moved the puck away before he could get a shot, and that'll do it for period number 1. Shots 15-13 in favor of Winnipeg, but it's Gregory Hoffman with a goal for Columbus that has the Blue Jackets out front 1-0 with Carolyn Cameron in the panel coming up in our intermission next. Jackets out front 1-0 on the eve of Thanksgiving here in the United States. And it is the Winnipeg Jets that are still trying to get their offense going right now, but they had some chances in that first period. You can see it start to come, but they've got to find a way to get the puck on the back of the net.
It's just been a real struggle to accomplish that on the power play, even strength all told, but there's a lot of good things. Discipline, they're not giving many opportunities on the power play. They're getting plenty of shots on goal. They're keeping it out of the net, but they simply can't score. So these 15 shots, here's a sampling of their work so far and doing a really good job just creating opportunities. And you can see Merzlikins in a good spot. Wheeler trying to get off the schneid. He's just got 5 assists this year, still looking for his first goal. One time from the far side at the end of the period with Scheifele, but nothing getting by Merzlikins. So 15 shots, yes, but another 5 or 6 that missed the net, including a one-time clapper on a 2-on-1 from Ehlers. So plenty of games still left here, but the Jets really searching for offense right now. And such a struggle the last 3 of this winless stretch after doing such a great job picking up points in 11 out of 12 games. The last 3, you see the offense there, just 1.33 goals for. Nothing created on the power play. 0 for 1 in that regard here tonight, and yet doing a good job keeping the puck out of the net. So, you know, part of that has to do with running into some hot goaltenders. You saw Tristan Jarry. You saw Stuart Skinner in the second of the back-to-backs against Edmonton, where he stopped 46 out of 47. So there's been some good signs, been good opportunities, but still, you got to light the lamp in order to win the game, and the Jets still trying to do that here.
The Jets and the Blue Jackets similar when it comes to scoring first, not necessarily being a factor, and maybe not having the lead after 20 minutes not being as much of a factor as well, but scoring first. Columbus 3-3 this year when they get the opening goal. Winnipeg 3-3-2 when they allow the first goal.
So lead changes are plenty for both of these teams.
Winnipeg has not won when trailing after the first this year at 0-3-1. Columbus 3-1 when they lead after the first, but still early in the season to build too much of a trend in that stat. But the opening goal, an interesting one, as we get set for period number 2, which is underway, and the Blue Jackets are on it. Andrew Peak out from behind his own net. Off the molds, out at center. Trying to tip it in was Bjorkstrand. It was stopped, and Blake Wheeler will dump it in. Merzlikins leaves it for Peak, chased by Pierre-Luc Dubois. Nyquist on the puck, and he'll get it across for Bjorkstrand, who dumps it in. It's stopped back of the net by Connor Hellebuck, who will play it off for Neil Pionk. Got it around the boards, and a backhand by Kyle Connor, picked up by Wheeler. On it through center, Blake Wheeler coming in, bouncing puck, couldn't get it to settle down as he tried to get a shot through.
Again, a good stick by Werenski, just taking that dangerous play from Wheeler right away.
Nyquist will roll it in. He'll head off for a change, and it's Dillon from behind his own net with a long feed up for Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers played it across for Mark Scheifele. Bats it back of the goal, and it's stopped by Merzlikins. He'll hand it off on the corner for Bean. Ehlers gets in the way. Here comes Scheifele, trying to take the puck away from Bean. Andrew Coppin there to help out as well. The Blue Jackets get it back, and Werenski will clear the zone. Texier at his own blue line. Trying to work it through center. Cut off by Scheifele. Morrissey steps up on it. He'll dump it in off the glass. Zach Werenski played it around for Jake Bean. And that puck will come to center. Here's Schmidt backing away from Texier. Ehlers had to go off his stick. picked up, and Morrissey will feed it up for Scheifele. Back to Morrissey. Pass was in his skates. He couldn't get it back up to his stick. Texier back the other way. Schmidt back watching him. Throws it back in on net. Hellebuck with a stop. Andrew Kopp. Dump it off for Schmidt. He'll take his time with it. And Schmidt's going to wait behind the net. Forwards change up here for Winnipeg. Svechnikov stepped off here. He was going in front of the Jets bench, put his stick high up in the air. He was calling for the long pass. He was all on his own. Here's DeMello trying to get it in front. Bouncing puck kicked away by Harkins. And Voracek will clear it out. Running over the line is Chinikov trying to get to the net. He's stopped. Back the other way comes Winnipeg as Lowry's on it through center. Well, crisscross at the line. They couldn't hold on to it. Voracek held back by DeMello, and a high shot right on by Chinikov is handled by Hellebuck.
Yeah, and DeMello got away with the hook there, clearly on Chinikov. But you see this Winnipeg Jets team. Paul Maurice talked about it last game. Looked a little tired, looked a little off. There's a pass that's just behind. Ehlers can't quite make it there. Same sort of thing here. Off a skate and not quite connecting with Morrissey, who had an open lane to the net. And then a turnover at the line. Voracek, you see, he was held up there by DeMello. DeMello started looking around for a call, but there was none to be made.
Puck flipped to center is Vesalainen's got it. He'll work it in over the line, but it's taken away by the Blue Jackets. Jack Roslovic will hand it off. And it's Boqvist that gets it over for Hoffman, the goal scorer. Can't get deep in the Winnipeg zone. Tony at center will give it back for Hoffman. Played off for Bayreuther. Now tipped in by Roslovic. Schmidt goes after the puck. Nate Schmidt throws it around the wing. Riley Nash there to get it. He's in over the line. Nash floats it in front. Bouncing puck. Vesalainen just couldn't get it to settle down.
Now, this line's been good all night long. You talked about this fourth line for Paul Maurice. He's getting a lot out of Nash and Vesalainen. Out there with Toninato.
Kyle Connor after it into the corner. Peak will backhand it around the boards. Connor knocks it down. Gavrikov trying to move it away, and it's Domi that comes up with it. He'll get it to center and flip it in as Wheeler goes after it. Blake Wheeler in game 995 in his career tonight. He's on target for his 1,000th game, which will be at home against Toronto on December 5th. Wheeler and Voracek, the Wiley veterans, on either end of the ice in this one tonight. And here's a break now, and it's Dubois heading in with Connor going to the net. Snaps it on goal, and it's gloved by Merzlikins.
JackpotCity.net. Casino games perfectly made for you.
Pionk with 9:01 minutes played in that first period. They do a good job communicating. Hellebuck stopped the puck and no, sent it back the other way to initiate the breakout at 2-on-1. Pierre-Luc Dubois looking to get on the board against his old team.
Scheifele cuts it off on the boards. Got it for Ehlers with a shot. It's off the leg, and Kopp will go after it. Tangled up with Jake Bean. Kopp trying to dig it free. Flips in front. Merzlikins had to go off his stick. Couldn't glove it. The Blue Jackets get it as it's Robinson that'll circle with it. Zach Werenski up ahead for Texier. Backhand pass across for Jake Bean, and he'll chip it into the Jet zone. Morrissey after it. Has to turn away from Sean Corrali. Josh Morrissey up to center for Kopp. Give it back to Morrissey now for Scheifele. He spins to escape Corrali. Scheifele brings it into the Blue Jackets' end. He'll stop, throws it back. Dylan DeMello hands it off for Schmidt. Back in front. DeMello got it to the goal, and it's tipped over the net with Kopp right in front. Scheifele for Kopp. Back to the line. Schmidt to Dylan DeMello with a shot. Tipped on goal by Kopp, and Merzlikins tracks it to make the save.
Good persistence for the Winnipeg Jets. Tough sled through the neutral zone. Had to regroup on a couple of occasions, but kept pressing forward, and as they did so, got some zone time in there. Puck tipped over the net. Schmidt getting it down low. You see Kopp in front of the net, and then Scheifele dishes and says, you know what, I'm going to go to the net here. Good job getting inside position, gets a stick on it, but Merzlikins with great concentration stopped against the light blue pads.
I love those baby blues, huh?
Oh yeah, that's like the old Blue Jays uniforms. Gotta love it.
Lowry lines up against Boone Jenner. That pass, the face-off, ends up all the way back down the ice as Hellebuck. Well, back of the net to move it. Knocked away in the corner as Voracek was in there. Lowry with a hit on Sillinger. Bayreuther back to the line. Fired on net by Chinikov and stopped. He's got it back. Chinikov hands it off. Snapped on goal by Sillinger, and Hellebuck makes the save.
Yeah, good job here. You talk about this line. Cole Sillinger is centering the second line with Voracek. And you see it's Jenner out taking the draw. So Chinikov is out there with Voracek. Jenner takes the draw, immediately goes off, allows Sillinger to come back on the ice as the center in that line. They're saying, hey, young guy, we're not going to put you in a bad spot. D-zone draw, let the veteran go out and take it. Then you'll get your chops later. And it turned out to be 2 good chances for Columbus as a result.
Sillinger, the son of Mike Sillinger, who had the 18-year NHL career with 12 different teams, but played here at Columbus 2001 to 03, which is where Cole was born.
And Suitcase Sillinger had to get a renovation in the basement to hang all the jerseys.
Kyle Connor can't get through center. Voracek's there. He's met by Dillon. Now Connor hands it off, and Blake Wheeler jumps on it. Wheeler at the line, lost it, and Connor couldn't play. It would have been offside. Voracek at center will lift it in the Winnipeg zone as Dillon goes after it. The Blue Jackets make a change. Dillon back for Neil. Pressured on the play by Oliver Bjorkstrand. Now Connor rolls it up the boards. Wheeler will get it out. Stopped by Werenski at center. Nyquist tipped it across. Boone Jenner drops it off for Bjorkstrand. Got it back for Jenner. Thrown around the wing, and Riley Nash will take off with it. He's got Kyle Connor with him. Nash in over the line, drops it off for Connor. Kyle Connor going to the net with a shot, and Merzlikins got a piece of it as it ends up over the glass and out of play. Blue Jackets lead at 1-0 here in Columbus on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey on Sportsnet.
Well, you wonder how a team like the Blue Jackets cover off the loss of a first-line center like Pierre-Luc Dubois. Sometimes it's by surprise, and that's been the case with Cole Sillinger. Taken 12th overall this last draft, no one expected the 18-year-old to make the team, especially head coach Brad Larson. He tells us he's been trying to send Sillinger back to junior since his first day in camp, but he can't because he keeps playing so well. A real nice fit so far on that second line between another rookie, Igor Chinikov, and veteran Jacob Voracek. Sillinger, the last 2021 draft pick remaining in the NHL at this point, guys.
Yeah, you gotta love that when the coach wants to send you back, but he just can't.
Yeah, Mason McTavish got his 9 games. He went back to the Peterborough Petes. And William Eklund of San Jose back to Djurgården after his 9-game stint.
Here's Morrissey, off for Scheifele. Morrissey with a drive, and Merzlikins will glove that.
Yeah, good job off the draw here. Gets it back to Morrissey. Morrissey with a good shot, but very clearly seen by Merzlikins. The face-off so important here. Good job by Cobb to get it back. They play a little give and go with Scheifele on the design play.
You feel it coming for the Jets. It's just that half second and half stride off. Just that little nick of timing here. Schmidt fires. That one just goes wide. Ehlers jumps for the puck. Ehlers will throw it across as Scheifele will track it down in the corner. Jake Bean there to knock it away for Zach Werenski. Up on the wing and out, and here comes Nyquist. He'll get to it. Can't get by Nate Schmidt. 2 of them will go to the corner. Down goes Nyquist. Boone Jenner trying to throw it out front. It's off the skate of Morrissey. Centering attempt. Werenski with a shot. Oh, and a great save made by Connor Hellebuck off Oliver Bjorkstrand in the slot.
And that has not been easy to do this year. Bjorkstrand, the leading scorer for Columbus. Werenski upset that he didn't get a lot on it, but as a result of that, it creates a little bit of a distraction for Hellebuck, and now he has to react with that right pad. You see the Werenski shot, not a lot on it, doesn't get through, but Bjorkstrand's parked perfectly there, and a quick reaction, but again, an even quicker reaction from Hellebuck on the stop.
Here's Domi jumping on the loose puck off the draw. He'll throw it off the boards to the point. Swung over. Gavrikov takes a shot that missed. Domi had it go off his stick. Connor will chop at it. And he tries to take off down the wing. We just didn't get the puck to come with him. Pionk up ahead for Connor. He'll settle it down, and now the Jets control it. Brendan Dillon up for Kyle Connor. Tipped into the Columbus zone. Merzlikins out of the net as Wheeler started to move to the corner to read the play. And that is off the hand of Connor, touched by Wheeler, or a high stick. No, they're going to say high stick, and that's the reason for the whistle. Face off outside of the Columbus zone.
Well, Paul Maurice just trying to shake things up here a little bit. He puts Wheeler out there with Dubois. Just to getting the, and Connor just trying to change things up a little bit. Oftentimes as a coach, you're looking at pairings, and so you think about what Pierre-Luc Dubois has done with Connor this year. That's not a pairing you want to break up, but you're just trying to find some offense, trying to get Wheeler going, get his first goal of the year. So a little bit of a line change here for Paul Maurice.
Bayreuther up with the puck. He'll get it up at center, and it's Chinikov that couldn't get a stick on it, so that'll be an icing call against Columbus.
You know, we talked about Mark Scheifele a little earlier. Fits and starts to the year with the suspension, the COVID protocols, banged up a little bit against the New York Islanders. And you look at these two who have been relied on so much for the offense. Last season, 1.13. That's dropped significantly for Scheifele so far, and the same thing with Blake Wheeler.
Lowry won the draw. Harkins back to the line. Here's Stanley. Got it across to Miller with a shot. Oh, Merzlikins makes the save. The net's come off. And that'll get a whistle as Elvis Merzlikins had to dive across for a big stop.
Well, that thing just got knocked off by a little bit, and to the naked eye, you wouldn't have seen it. So Merzlikins says, I'm going to make sure the ref knows it's off, and he just used his right elbow there to knock it the rest of the way. But how this thing doesn't go in is beyond me. DeMello sneaks down left side of your screen. He enters the picture. But because he's a right shot on the right side, the puck has to go all the way across his body, and as it does so, it gives Merzlikins enough time to get over to get enough of it to keep it out. Says, hey, sorry about knocking the net off, but it was off. Linesman saying, oh yeah, you're right.
Solid hip check to knock it off its moorings there, and the dive across. Face off won by Sillinger. Puck worked around the boards. Chinikov hits it on his stick and clears it out. Voracek will dump it in. After it goes Stanley. Logan Stanley reversing it around. Voracek there. He'll poke it to the point. Bayreuther throws it on net. And it's covered up by Connor Hellebuyck.
Hellebuyck not to blame at all for what's gone on here with the Jets over the last 3 games. That 3-game winless streak. He's been his brilliant self. And continues to prove that he's one of the league's top goaltenders. Obviously the Olympics on his mind for Team USA. Not a matter of whether he makes the team, but whether or not he'll be the starter, and it's sure looking that way right now.
We should mention that Paul Stastny on the trip skated today. Will have a hard practice skate tomorrow and may return to the lineup as early as Friday afternoon in Minnesota for the Jets.
They got back-to-backs Calgary the next night, and so I'd like to think he'd get into one of those two.
Paul Maurice today saying that he does expect him to play on this road trip, so the hope is for the Minnesota game. As Bjorkstrand's up with the puck, played it around the boards, comes back to the line, and Bayreuther will keep it in. Morrissey stops it, and it's cleared out, and that'll force Boakfist back on it. Here's Bayreuther up to center, worked in by Jenner. H. Nick goes after it. He'll play around for Morrissey. Nash got it up ahead. Tony Nato will deflect it in, and Vesalainen will try to chase down Bean. Sticks with him. Came up with a puck. Nash is on it. Throws it towards the net. It goes wide. From the point. Fired back in by Pionk. Here's Ehlers on it. Nikolai Ehlers. Fan of the pass. Got it back. Throws it on net from a sharp angle. And Merzlikins will hold on. And now a message from Wheel of Time.
The Dark One's army is coming.
Yeah, good job there by Merzlikins. And you see Ehlers, he's not afraid to shoot it from anywhere. And oftentimes that bad angle shot can create havoc. You might catch the goalie just leaving that little hole open right above the shoulder.
Connor back to the point. Pionk fakes the shot, walks in, shoots off the post. Picked up by Corrali, and he'll put it up into the seats. And Sean Corrali is going to go to the box for delay of game, and Winnipeg will get their second power play of the night.
You know, Winnipeg's done a good job with the offensive zone draws, and it's allowed them some opportunities. And in this particular occasion, not just an opportunity that goes off the shaft of Merzlikins, but then later getting Corrali to drop this thing over the board. You see Merzlikins, he's in a good spot, and you watch it goes off the shaft of his stick and stays out. It hasn't always been pretty for him, and now Corrali says, oh, I got to get this thing out of here. He wanted to go high off the glass. The puck flipped on him at the last second, got way under it, sent it way out. And exactly what Winnipeg needs here.
Hey, right, sorry, cut the shaft, thought it grazed the post there, but it did not on the way, and it skips back for Nate Schmidt here, who backs up in his own zone, and now the Jets will set things up on the power play. Nate Schmidt will start up ice. Has a look around, gets to the red line, dumps it in. Wheeler going after it. Swung it around, and it's picked up by Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois, back for Wheeler. Around the boards and cut off there by Boone Jenner. He'll take off with it shorthanded. Jets get it back. Schmidt, off for Kyle Connor. Sends it over to Blake Wheeler. Wheeler checked on the boards. Texier trying to take off with it. Texier's got it. Hangs onto it, takes it for a skate, tries to get around Scheifele, but it comes back for Schmidt. And now it's Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois swings it around. Kyle Connor will stop it. Halfway through the power play, here's Pionk with it. Sends it across, big drive by Scheifele, kicked up by Merzlikins, and the puck is cleared to center. Pionk dumps it back on Connor Hellebuyck. Now Pionk will work it up through center. Brought in by Connor. Trying to fish it across for Kopp. It was cut off though by Peak. Nyquist bats it to the point. Good stick by Pionk to hold it in, but it's cleared away again. Texier racing after it. Pionk is there for Kopp. Andrew Kopp through center. Goes after into the corner. Poked away by Robinson, and the puck gets cleared again all the way down the ice.
Winnipeg having trouble with the clean entry right now and getting shop set up in the offensive zone here on this power play.
Ehlers has to stop at center, go back for the puck. Now he's got it. Nikolai Ehlers flips it into the corner. He's throwing around back of the net. Morrissey racing after it. Morrissey down to the corner, up high. Here's Pionk across. Ehlers in front. Oh, and a great chance for Harkins. Just got a piece of it and tipped it wide. One shot on that power play as the puck gets cleared back down the ice again.
You know, if you're Harkins, you're thinking 100 times out of 100 that Ehlers is going to rip that puck. Instead, it was a shot pass, and Harkins wasn't quite ready for it.
Vesalainen up the middle, now carried in by Hoffman. Hoffman, backhand pass in front, broken up by DeMello. Lowry got it up for Svechnikov. Fought it into the Columbus zone, but it's cleared right back out. Now picked up by Roslovic. Jack Roslovic cuts into the middle. Roslovic hands it off, and a hot shot by Domi is off the arm of Hellebuyck as he steers it over the glass and out of play. Power play doesn't get the Jets on the board. It's still 1-0 Blue Jackets in Columbus on Sportsnet.
Team Denmark are on display. Most people look at Nick Ehlers as the most dynamic offensive threat from that country, but it's Columbus's Oliver Bjorkstrand who is the highest scoring Dane in the NHL this season, 18 points in 16 games coming into tonight. The Jets got a good taste of his scoring ability the last time these two teams met back in 2019. Bjorkstrand with 2 goals that game, including this gorgeous game winner. Expect the Danes to represent themselves well in China if the NHL makes it there. Guys.
It's become in peril of late with all the COVID that's hit the National Hockey League. Ottawa, San Jose, the New York Islanders now.
We'll see how things go over the next couple of weeks. Dylan DeMello will dump it in, and Wheeler trying to get to it back in the net. Scheifele after it. He'll let it go, though. Morgan Stanley got it down, and now it's caught back in the net on the feed from Scheifele. In front, Wheeler with a chance, and it's stopped by Merzlikins. Stanley missed it at the point. Here comes Voracek. Jake Voracek hands it off for Sillinger, just out of his reach, but he'll get it back. And Sillinger will cycle it low for Voracek. Down he goes. Wheeler will move it ahead for Scheifele.
That's DeMello and Voracek again. I think DeMello might have got away with another one.
Now it's picked up in front. Here's Sillinger. Hands it off. Chinakhov with a shot, and it's well over the glass and out of play.
Well, Blake Wheeler, as we talked about, just 5 assists so far this year for the Winnipeg Jets. He too looks a little bit off the mark, a little bit tired. Kopp gets it to him in a perfect position. Merzlikins does a good job not to overslide, still hits the blocker side, and there's DeMello with the old banana peel on Voracek. Voracek with a quick look over his right shoulder. Hey, where's the call?
Dubois will line up against Boone Jenner. Jenner won it. Bjorkstrand with a quick shot. And Hellebuck has got it.
Well, the faceoffs are so key, and so many teams design plays on those O-zone draws. And a good win there by Jenner to get it to Bjorkstrand for the chance.
This time Keonk jumps in off the draw, and he'll come up with a puck. Gets it to center. Played it across. Kyle Connor on a nifty move. Connor trying to go to the net, just couldn't get around Peak. Gavrikov will clear it out. Jenner bats it in. There's Hellebuck moving it around the glass. Nyquist knocked it down on the boards. Kyle Connor up with the puck. Got it out at center. Ehlers catches up to him. Ehlers taken to the corner by Gavrikov. In comes Connor to check Peak. Kyle Connor trying to force the issue here on the Blue Jackets. Gavrikov out to center, cut off by Pionk. He'll push it over on the wing, brought back in. Here's Connor trying to flip it back over, but it was broken up by Bjorkstrand. Gavrikov up at center, and here comes Hoffman. Hoffman with speed, and he couldn't get the pass as Morrissey broke it up. Harkins back the other way, dancing in with a shot that goes wide, and it's picked up by Hoffman. Up the boards, Lowry intercepts. Lowry back of the goal. Harkins right out front, went through the feet of Svechnikov. Jack Roslovic will bring it back for Columbus. Down the wing, stops to get away from Morrissey. Feeds it up high. Max Domi coming in. Domi waits, can't get the shot to the net. Lowry will chop it off the boards and get it out at center.
Oh, Domi's got those fast twitch muscles, and he lifts the stick and maneuvers around that puck like he did on the first goal for Hoffman, and this time, fans on.
Domi at center trying to get it back for Roslovic. DeMello gets in the way. And now Domi will send it over, and it's brought in by Boqvist as he'll dump it in. Hellebuck stops it. Played back around. DeMello's on it. Up for Vesalainen. Riley Nash out at center off the skate of Dominic Toninato. Vesalainen will leave it back for Stanley, and it's cleared out. And Zach Werenski will circle inside his own zone. 4.5 minutes to go in the second. Still a 1-0 game on the goal by Gregory Hoffman in the first period for Columbus. Toninato will work it up on the wing. Werenski cuts it off. Toninato goes the other way. Dylan DeMello with it. Off the glass and out. Riley Nash couldn't get past center. Now he's on it again as Vesalainen with him. Nash in over the line. Try to float it over for Vesalainen. Zach Werenski on the puck, though, and he'll slide it up around for Cole Sillinger, who takes off through center and dumps it in. Bouncing puck right in front. Corrali trying to go to the net, and it was off Corrali and comes right to Hellebuck, and he scoops it up in his glove and holds on. Max Domi with some nifty hands and nifty work, just couldn't get the finish. And a 1-0 game in Columbus.
Blue Jackets from this Jets organization is on the bench in Pascal Vincent, a former assistant coach with Paul Maurice. He was their AHL affiliate coach with the Manitoba Moose since 2016. Vincent actually was a runner-up to Brad Larson as the Blue Jackets head coach. The two didn't know each other, but when Larson interviewed him for the assistant coaching position over the phone, he said he knew in the first 10 minutes he was the best man for the job. Vincent, known for his touch with young players, a perfect fit for this very young Blue Jackets team, guys.
And Paul Maurice had a lot of great words for Pascal Vincent this morning, that's for sure. And Pascal, he came over and made the joke while we were talking to try and interview Maurice with a little session there.
like what Paul Maurice said about him. He's got the ability to separate the person from the hockey. So sometimes you have to be hard as a coach, but you still want to communicate and respect the person. That can be tough in coaching at times.
Here's Brendan Dillon. Played it back for Neil Pionk, and he'll hand it off as it's brought out by Wheeler. Up to center, Scheifele moves it over to Kopp. Kopp back for Scheifele, hopped over his stick. And the Blue Jackets get it off the boards and out. Nate Schmidt back for Wheeler. Scheifele will try to track it down. Sends a rolling puck around to the point. Morrissey back for Nate Schmidt. Hands it off. Kyle Connor with a shot. Off a stick and wide. Connor tracks it down, and he's on it again. Kyle Connor trying to get into the slot. And he stopped as Texier will bring it back for Columbus. Up ahead to Robinson, who tips it in and heads off for a change. Bit of a shift there for Eric Robinson, who was out for a minute and a half. Here's Connor. Held up at the Blue Jackets blue line, delayed offside. Andrew Peeke will take his time with it. Over to Gavrikov, lost his footing. It's picked up by Dubois, takes the shot, and it's high over the net. Pass back over to Kyle Connor, bats it on goal, and Merzlikins makes the save. Bjorkstrand will move it around. Ehlers stops it. Jets trying to keep some pressure on. Kyle Connor shoots. Big block in front by Gavrikov, and it comes to center.
Well, you know he's feeling that block, but you know he was intent on getting it done. It was his turnover that created all those chances for Winnipeg.
Schmidt rattles it in around the glass. Bjorkstrand will move it back for Peeke. Hands it off to Gavrikov. Up to center, tipped by Nyquist and in, and after it goes Logan Stanley. DeMello trying to put it up ahead for Lowry. Then Lowry fell, and Bayreuther fell over him.
They're falling like bowling pins down there.
Gavin Bayreuther from center dumps it in, and it's stopped by Hellebuck. Played it off the boards. Svechnikov couldn't move it right in front. Great chance for Roslovic, and just shot it wide. Roslovic held up by Stanley, back of the net. Pass picked up now, and away with it come the Jets as Scheifele's got it through center in the final minute here in the second. They stay onside. Scheifele drops it back, and it's out of the zone, and that'll force Winnipeg back as Pionk will dump it in. Scheifele tries to flush out Boqvist back of the net. And here's Voracek cutting in. He stopped. Following up as Chinakhov couldn't settle it down as Wheeler moves it back for Kopp. Andrew Kopp left it for Scheifele. Got it across for Dillon. Dumped in around behind the net. After it goes Pionk to the boards. Kept in by Scheifele. Kopp trying to chase Beam away with it as Sillinger is on it. Whoa, and a big collision, and Scheifele got clipped by the stick of Werenski that came up on the hit.
Couple more bowling pins.
Dillon reverses it for Pionk. And Pionk will just take his time with it here, back behind the net. And that'll do it as the period comes to a close.
Well, Pierre-Luc Dubois and the Winnipeg Jets still trying to find some offense here. Shutout for the second period in a row. They were able to take advantage of this turnover. Pierre-Luc Dubois off the stick of Gavrikov. This one just misses high on the blocker side. And as things would continue, Kyle Connor would get a golden opportunity, but this one's blocked by Gavrikov. And you know what? That's one block that probably felt good. 10-3 in the blocks department in favor of Columbus. A chance there at the end for the Blue Jackets, and then bowling pins flying everywhere here tonight.
10-8 the shots in favor of Columbus in the second period, and still a 1-0 lead for the Blue Jackets through 40 minutes on Scotiabank.
Here in Columbus as the Blue Jackets are up 1-0 on the Winnipeg Jets. And our condolences to Patrick Laine and his family after the loss of his father, Harry Laine, earlier this week. Both the Blue Jackets and the Jets organizations offering their condolences through social media. Now, Patrick actually remains in Columbus at the moment. A tender moment this morning at the Jets morning skate where he came out to have a word with Jets coach Paul Maurice. That would fit with the relationship those two have, as Maurice Maurice said this morning he almost never talked hockey with Laine when he was with the Winnipeg Jets. They always talked instead about life outside the game. Very nice to see those two have that moment at such a tough time for Patrick. Guys.
Yeah, it sure was, and Paul wasn't sure that Patrick was in the building. It was a bit of a surprise when he came out to see him. He said he did text him, but it was nice that he got to have that moment with him on the bench.
Well, it's nice to see the human side of things. I mean, there was a lot of talk when Patrick Laine was playing for Winnipeg, you know, some of the inconsistencies he showed, but the human side always existed between he and Paul Maurice, and that's a wonderful thing to see.
And we extend our condolences to Patrick Laine as well. 14 of the 18 Jets have at least one shot in this game so far, 6 of them with multiple shots, but the Jets no goals in their last 4 periods and now shut out for over 89.5 minutes. Need to find a way to get into this game, and they just need one. Here's Scheifele in front, tip. Merzlikins wasn't sure where it was, with Wheeler getting a piece of it. And Scheifele will lift it right back in. Wheeler goes after it. He'll run into Sean Corrali. Scheifele after it once more. Wheeler back of the net trying to move the puck. Andrew Peeke goes after it. Up the boards. Texier is there. Now sent across as Gavrikov will get it to center. Brought in by Texier. Here's Texier. Holds on. Wait. Shoots. Where's the puck? It's stopped by Hellebuck, and then Wheeler went into the net. And Blake Wheeler is shook up. Back to his feet now as he makes his way to the Winnipeg bench.
Yeah, it's been a tough night for Blake Wheeler, and slowly making his way to the bench after crashing into the net. Really good opportunity here. It's Wheeler in front of the net, just trying to drive the net. Anything off the skate, nothing. Merzlikins stops it, and then coming back the other way, Texier gets Pionk to commit. And from there, takes it to the net, but Wheeler was on the backtrack, and you see he's just slow getting up here and gassed on the bench right now.
And I'm not sure if it was Wheeler that actually stopped the puck there, not Hellebuck. That was, I think, part of what shook him up. Yeah, Wheeler. It was Wheeler that actually made the save and then went crashing into the net.
Yeah, he'll take being out of breath to keep it out of the net, that's for sure, and keep the Jets to within 1 here in this third period.
Boone Jenner cuts in on the wing. Jenner heads it up from Bjorkstrand. He can't get it to the goal. As Morrissey will move it over to Kyle Connor. And now here comes Ehlers with it. Flips it towards the net. He had Dubois going to the goal. Couldn't get the pass across. Ehlers back on it once more for Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois trying to send it over to Kyle Connor. Morrissey right in and off the glass. Hit it upright though in the corner there, and it kicks back out, and now Morrissey will take it out at center. Here's Kyle Connor. Top of the puck. Connor. Got it towards the net as Merzlikins will hand it off for Boqvist. Turned over. Svechnikov. Had to go off the toe of his stick, and it skipped right back to Elvis Merzlikins.
Yeah, a little tap in the pads from Boqvist, an off-balance pass to the front of the net. Not well advised, and no lead is safe when these two teams are playing, that's for sure. The Columbus Blue Jackets, after trailing in a game this season, have earned 16 points. 7 of their 9 wins have been of the come-from-behind variety. The Jets right in behind with 15 points earned when trailing, so still plenty of time left here, and lead changes have been the theme of the year so far for both of these clubs.
Harkins trying to get a shot through. He's got it back now. Harkins in front. Svechnikov being worked over, and it's snapped on net by Harkins. Stopped by Merzlikins, and Harkins got clipped by a high stick that went undetected. Svechnikov will hold the zone. Over to Lowry. Poked it into the corner. Lowry centering pass in front, but it ends up onto the tape of Hoffman, and he'll turn it back for the Blue Jackets. Offside as Domi was ahead of the play, and then Domi puts it in the empty net after the whistle. That's going to draw a crowd. You knew that. And everyone's going to pile into the corner.
Yeah. Max Domi pulling a trick out of his dad's bag of tricks there. Just a little annoyance. He knew exactly that this would create an issue. And so when Svechnikov went over to let Domi know that that's not something we enjoy, Domi was braced and prepared, and he's having a blast over there. Loves being right in the mix of it all.
Well, the gloves come out. Svechnikov goes after Domi. Logan Stanley reaching in. Lowry trying to get in there. Svechnikov goes down. Everybody trying to go after Domi. Meanwhile, back out at center, Lowry's all tangled up with Beirut. They've been separated from the pile.
And Lowry's saying, don't try.
And Domi gets out of there quickly, and he's off to the box.
I don't think Beiruther wants any part of Adam Lowry.
And things heated up here as quickly as a political discussion at a family Thanksgiving dinner.
Very well done. With a little eggnog. Yeah, there's Svechnikov. He wanted no part of Domi. I mean, he was the first in there to shove Domi after that puck went into the net. And then Domi really was just on his way out of the scrum and said, you know what, I'm going to take a shot here. And Svechnikov was his punching bag, unfortunately. You can see him down on the ground there, gloves in his face. And the whistle's gone for how long? And you see the entire crowd go over to Domi. That's Svechnikov, who's first on the scene. He gets dumped. Big Stanley comes in there. He's throwing a few jabs. So too is Lowry, just trying to pull someone out of the pile. And Domi's saying, no, I haven't gotten everything yet. Now, you want a piece of it? And grabs the jersey, throws two quickly. And Svechnikov says, no, this is not for me. And Domi says, it doesn't really matter. I'm just still going to keep going. The continuation there for Domi. Quite the brouhaha. And again, Max pulling one out of Ty's book.
It sounds like Domi got 4 minutes for roughing, and a slashing call is the call on Winnipeg.
And for Svechnikov, he'll go in there and have his words. He got 2 for receiving. Quite a turn of events here. Domi just trying to get his group going a little bit. And I think he did his damage, and probably we're going to walk away even Steven until he decided to grab Svechnikov on the way out. And we'll see what happens here. But again, another opportunity for Winnipeg in the power play.
Here's Ehlers with it. Takes a shot. Tipped in front, and it's stopped by Merzlikins.
Good job off the offensive zone draw once again to get it to Ehlers. Quick shot created. Merzlikins a little bit of difficulty as this puck was tipped on the way through. Svechnikov saying, hey, I might have got the last laugh in this one.
If the Jets can make Columbus pay on the power play here, it certainly would be that case. Wheeler won the draw. Ehlers back to the point. Here's Pionk with it. Hands it out for Wheeler. Down to Kyle Connor. Back for Ehlers. Connor behind the net. His pass went off the back of the goal. Wheeler at the dive and poke it to the point. He's got it back from Pionk. Here's Wheeler. Kyle Connor with it. Back for Wheeler as the fans chant Domi's name here at Nationwide Arena. Pionk throws it towards the net. Stopped by Merzlikins. He makes the save off Connor in tight. And now it's picked up and brought out by Columbus. Robinson all the way down and got it across for Corrali. And he had a great chance. Short-handed. Scheifele back the other way. He'll get to center. And he plays it off for Ehlers, and it's dumped into the corner. Scheifele trying to get it back. Texier saw it. Stopped at the line by Ehlers. Great play. Got it for Wheeler. Back to Ehlers. Shoots. Missed the net. Schmidt hustles across. He'll hold it in. Kyle Connor off for Blake Wheeler. Swung around the boards. Ehlers goes after it. Ehlers back the other way. Intended for Connor. Bean got in the way. Here's Ehlers on the rolling puck. His pass blocked by Jake Bean. Zach Werenski got it to the point. Schmidt kept it in. Nyquist will come up with it though as Wheeler had to back off the blue line, and Nyquist will dump it in and step off for the change. 18 seconds to go in the power play as Kopp is on it through center. Over the line and it knocked off his stick. Gavrikov lost his stick in the process. Boone Jenner drives in. His shot floats over the net. Jenner back after it. Riley Nash comes up with it. Power play is over. Out of the box is Chinikov, who is serving the extra minor against Omi. Quick shot. Merzlikins a save, and the rebound knocked wide.
Dubois was on the doorstep and just missed the blocker side post.
And now it comes free at center. Here's Hoffman with it, but Chinikov going to the goal. Hoffman shoots, stopped by Hellebuck. He took it up high, but he knocks it down, and he'll cover it up and hold on.
Well, lots of action. It was Texier with the lone shorthanded goal for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and they're trying to get another one done here. Corrali does a great job. He just hangs back, and he's positioned perfectly, but it goes off the stick of Ehlers, off the blade and wide. Otherwise, that might have been earmarked for the glove side post against Hellebuck. And then Ehlers on the offensive side takes the pass from Wheeler, curls, drags it, and just misses. High glove side post. And again, Hellebuck having to come up big to keep his team in it.
Here's Bayreuther back on it. Got it out at center. Picked up by Harkins. Rolls it back. Brendan Dillon up for Adam Lowry, and he'll deflect it in. Bayreuther after it. Svechnikov around the goal. Finishes his check on Bayreuther. Adam Boqvist got it in. Goes after it in the corner. Played it around behind the net. Chinikov is on it. Trying to walk out front. Couldn't find an open lane. Now he'll send it back to the point, and it ends up all the way back at center as Jake Bean backs up into his own zone. Voracek hands it off. Sillinger can't get around Dylan DeMello. Logan Stanley for DeMello. Up for Nash, out of his reach. And that's an icing call against Winnipeg.
Can't see the puck on the ice? Might be time for glasses from Clearly. Use virtual try-on and shop for glasses online at clearly.ca.
Well, this Columbus Blue Jackets team, Brad Larson in his first year as head coach, the second youngest team in the National Hockey League, and getting into these tight games, a great experience to help grow the group.
Tony Dono will work it into the Blue Jacket zone. Zach Werenski is on it. Played it across as Russell swings it over for Bean. Back in the middle for Werenski. Zach Werenski dumps it off back of the net. Hoffman trying to get to it. Tony Dono will find it. He'll get to the line, work it up to center. Trying to hold off Hoffman. Then Riley Nash knocks Hoffman down, and he's going to get called here. As Morrissey will touch the puck. Nash is called for cross-checking, and the Blue Jackets will go to the power play when we return. A 1-0 lead for Columbus. And a Blue Jackets man advantage. Up next when we return on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey on Sportsnet.
Columbus and said, hey, for a guy like me, that's an awful long time. He gets hung up with Hoffman. Hoffman goes to the ice. Nash goes to the box. And a key kill on the line for the Jets.
Werenski worked it on the wing, got it back, sends it over. Voracek walks in, shot kicked out by Hellebuck. Werenski loads up again to Boqvist. Lowry trying to get in the way. Boqvist is on it. Across for Voracek. Backdoor pass. And Bjorkstrand with a great chance. Hellebuck got across. Here's Werenski on it again. Back to Boqvist. Fires, and it's over the net. Werenski played it down to Boone Jenner. DeMello right on him. Jenner got it around for Boqvist. Back to the point. Here's Werenski. Takes the shot. Scores! Zach Werenski extends his point streak to 6 games with his 5th of the year to make it 2-0 Columbus.
You know, this Blue Jackets team does a great job swinging it from side to side to create some confusion. Jenner sends it around the net. It goes to the far corner to Boqvist, then back to the point, and all the way back to where this puck started to Werenski to go up top. Really good puck movement here. Clean, crisp, and a perfect opportunity for Werenski to take that shot, extend the streak, as you mentioned, to 6 games. And he has just been dynamite all season long here for the Blue Jackets. A star for Columbus.
The Blue Jackets all-time leader in goals by a defenseman with his 3rd power play marker. And now they come again. Robinson put it off the post. And that one stays out. Here's Texier trying to hold it in. Schmidt gets it across. And they back up with it.
6:49.
Now it's Ehlers. It's the shot right on, and it's stopped.
That's an AEP power play goal.
Well, Robinson looked like he had given the Blue Jackets a 3-0 lead. An absolute wire of a shot. Good job coming across the line here, and he lets this thing rip. And clearly right where the post meets the crossbar and out. You can see Hellebuck, because of the screen, he's just a shade late reacting, but he gets a little help. And rightfully so, he's been excellent tonight in goal.
Bean up with it in the corner, played it back for Zach Werenski. Up to Nyquist, cut off at center by Kopp. It'll come right to Merzlikins, and he'll hand it off for Werenski, being chased by Wheeler. Nyquist dropped it back for Bean. Up ahead for Boone Jenner, dumped it in. Out of the net comes Hellebuck. Puck thrown up the middle, and Bean will cut it off and dump it right back in.
Yeah, I think this is the point there for Paul Maurice's team. You got to switch things up a little bit. You have to really force your defensemen to get involved. Got to start taking a few risks here. The goals have been so hard to come by.
Ruther turned it over. Here's Kopp swinging at it. Merzlikins blocks it on the short side, and away with it is Hoffman. He's got it through center. Lost it up the line. Roslovic through center trying to get to it, and Hoffman is hurt back behind the play as he gets clipped up high, and he is going to have to get some attention.
Yeah, right away he knew it. He got tied up with Kopp just inside the Winnipeg end. And right away he'll make his way down the tunnel and into the Columbus dressing room. There he is. You see a big swing of the stick by Stanley. Oh man, clipped him right in the face. And he doesn't have to be close to you to do it either. It catches him right with the blade, right underneath the visor. And the fans here obviously reacting, thinking a call should be made. Brad Larson is down there. He's talking to Justin St. Pierre, and he's saying, how could we not get a call here? And you can't blame him after seeing the replay.
Well, Justin St. Pierre and Mark Chonette did have a discussion at center ice. Jesse Marquis, the linesman, was there as well, and they all talked about it. And so St. Pierre back with another word for Brad Larson.
You know what that means. The next thing that's even questionable will be going the way of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Here's Stanley dumping it in, and Gavrikov will move it off the boards for Robinson. Texier from center will backhand it in. DeMello goes after it. Dylan DeMello lightens it up the middle, and it's off a stick and floats into the Blue Jackets bench and out of play.
Oh yeah, they're getting vocal here now. Started early into the Thanksgiving cheer. That helped ignite things, no doubt. And a case to be made, especially when you watch the replay. There's no escaping on a big screen here. Brad Larson doing such a great job with this young team, and it at times can be very tough to transition from being the good guy, the assistant coach, to the head coach, where you got to play the role of the bad guy. But communication has been the one constant for him with this young group, and it's worked well to this point.
Here's Polkfist. Got it into the jet zone, and on the wrong side of center, so that's an icing call.
Yeah, and the fans are just going to keep it up, no doubt. Svechnikov back out there, no worse for the wear. He was leaking a little bit earlier after taking a few shots from Domi. And big Adam Lowry, the reliable beast with the versatility, will line up at the face-off circle.
Roslovic won the draw. Harkins going in after it. Svechnikov joins the party as Polkfist tried to move it free. Bjorkstrand got it around the board. Stanley back into the corner. There's Dylan DeMello with it. DeMello Try to work it back in the net for Svechnikov. It's broken up. Ross will make away with it. Got it out. Harkins stops it and dumps it back in. And there's a roughing penalty.
And Harkins wants to go after Domi, and Domi's figuring it might be a free-for-all after the no call on Stanley, and that's not the case here. So Harkins did well that he didn't catch up to Domi. Otherwise, it might have evened things out. And Domi's saying, what do you mean? Pretty clear right in neutral ice. That will not make Columbus happy whatsoever. And there's Domi just trying to get away with one here. A little continuation, throws the shoulder up at Harkins, catches him in the grill. Harkins will continue to have a few words. He's played with a lot of energy, and I think he's sniffing the fact that Stastny is about to soon be back, and he might be on the cutting block.
Here's Pionk at the line. Sends it across for Ehlers. Trying to get it in front for a deflection. And that puck ends up out of play.
Yeah, a little more urgency on the part of the Winnipeg Jets needed here. And Columbus done a great job in the kill so far. Really haven't allowed sustainable pressure as Brad Larson looks on from the bench. Critical juncture in the hockey game for his club.
And a fan got clipped by the puck there, and immediately the Blue Jackets bench had thrown a towel over to security, and they're helping the gentleman up the stairs.
People leaking everywhere around here.
There's Ehlers. Works it over to Scheifele. Robinson right on him. Wheeler tried to get it in the corner, broken up by Gavrikov, and he'll send it down the ice. Ehlers builds some speed out of his own end, on it through center. Comes in with a shot that goes wide. Knocked down by Gavrikov, and the Blue Jackets clear it.
And not only cheering for the clear, but for the fan who just left. Just made his way through the vomitorium after getting clipped with that puck.
Kyle Connor can't get in the zone. He's forced back. Scheifele with it. At center, picked up by Jake Bean and dumped in as Hellebuck's out of the net. He'll move it around for Connor. Scheifele. Back for Pionk. Up the middle to Kyle Connor. Connor working his way in and gets to Merzlikins, trying to clear it himself, and it went off Dubois and just went wide of the net. Texier will come up with it. Drops it off. Here's Nyquist. Back for Texier. It's off the blocker of Hellebuck. Texier tied up in the corner. Nash is on it. He'll play it across for Dubois. Here Luc Dubois taken into the boards on a heavy check by Andrew Peeke. Caught back in the net. Got it up. And now the Jets try to set things up. Schmidt hands it off. Morrissey fires it. Blocked. He's got it back for Dubois. In front. No shot from Kopp. Blue Jackets clear it.
Gavrikov narrowly making it to the bench. My goodness. A warrior in this game.
Andrew Kopp back in. Snaps it on goal. Stopped by Merzlikins. Sillinger up with it. No shots on the power play for Winnipeg. As Morrissey tries to catch up to it, but it's Voracek that's on it around the goal. Drops it off. Great chance. Oh, and it's Chinakhov that is stopped by the head of Connor Hellebuck.
Boy, can he shoot it. Oh.
Yegor Chinakhov with a great opportunity as this game picks up the pace here in the third. 2-0 Columbus on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey on Sportsnet.
So they try and lean on Merzlikins to get it done. It goes off of Pierre-Luc Dubois, and then Merzlikins ducks, but it stays out of the net. Back the other way. Pierre-Luc Dubois getting a rough ride from Andrew Peeke, getting the crowd engaged so much so that they've asked, hey, for this fan who got clipped by an errant puck, and he slowly makes his way up the stairs, but he gives the thumbs up, and that's a big cheer and a round of applause from the fans sitting around him. So minor reparations look like will be needed for that young man, and I'm sure he'd like to be back to see the end of this one. Things picking up here in the third.
Sure are. Over 8 minutes to go. Jets have now been shut out for over 100 minutes. Need to get on the board here to get back in this contest as they scramble for it off the draw. Lowry will find it, and he'll hand it off for Harkins. That's a little too far ahead for Svechnikov. Now it's brought back in. Here's Voracek trying to feed it for Sillinger. And DeMello got his stick in the way. And an offside called at the Columbus blue line.
60 shot attempts now for Winnipeg against 46 for Columbus. They keep peppering pucks, but they just are in that type of drought where they just can't find the back of the net. And Wheeler, the poster boy for that right now, without a goal this season.
Andrew Kopp will take the face off against Corrali, trying to push it forward. Got it into the Columbus zone. Zach Werenski up for Robinson and out. Wheeler at center. Went to dump it in, and now Corrali will get it in. Out of the net comes Hellebuck, and he'll hand it off for Brendan Dillon. Texier will stop it. Brings it right back in. Hellebuck goes the other way with it. Wheeler. Get it by Texier and out. Scheifele. To bat it across, and it ends up back in his own zone as Pionk is on it. Dillon out for Scheifele. Trying to force it in on the wing. Wheeler there as well. Jake Bean can't move it. Kopp back of the net. Around for Scheifele. Got away from him. Zach Werenski out to Robinson. And Columbus clears. And now Scheifele and Werenski having words back inside the blue line.
Really picked up here the last 10-12 minutes of this game. Fans re-engaged, loving their 2-0 lead. Day off for most of them tomorrow. Thanksgiving here in the States. Good times.
Morrissey blocked it, but it came right back for Boone Jenner. Off for Bjorkstrand, throws it towards the net. Poked away by Hellebuck as Jenner stays on it. Morrissey knocks it off his stick. Ehlers will get it out. Got it across to Kyle Connor. Connor off the boards for Dubois. Pierre-Luc Dubois trying to push it back to the point for Morrissey. Now Schmidt left it for Connor. Kyle Connor into the slot with a shot kicked out by Merzlikins. Connor goes right after it again, but it's Boone Jenner that'll clear it out. Here's Bjorkstrand trying to get it across, and it's blown down on a glove pass. Now a message from Yellowstone.
You're John Dutton, aren't you?
Yep.
And they say Kevin Costner's been pretty good in that. I haven't seen it. A little Yellowstone action.
Face-off comes to center from the hand pass, and now it is the Blue Jackets that are on it as Hookfist will get it up. Russell Vick helps it in. Dylan DeMello after it. Here's Lowry. On it through center. Gets it into the Columbus zone, and it knocked off his stick. Roslovic trying to clear it. DeMello kept it in. Lowry hands it off. Harkins with a shot. It's blocked. He's got it back. Harkins trying to get to the net. Couldn't go on the backhand of the point. DeMello fires. Blockered away. Here's Stanley with a drive stop. Rebound. Loose in front. And Bayreuther clears it from the traffic. It's right back in the heat of the kitchen, and now cleared.
More good chances. Merzlikins just a rock back there, but everyone collapsing into the house and taking care of business for Columbus.
Here comes Pionk. Up to center for Kopp. Dumps it in. Pionk going right after it, back of the net. Throw it in front, and it hopped over the stick of Kopp. Back the other way. It's Chinakhov dropping it off. Oh, it's ripped wide by Sillinger. He was coming right down Main Street. Kopp tried to feed it across through center. It's off a skate. Couldn't get it to Wheeler. Werenski played it off for Bean. Back to Voracek. Voracek dumps it around behind the goal. Picked up by Chinakhov, trying to get it in front. He's got it, and he sends it high on the short side. It's off the glass and out of play. Just over 4.5 to go here in the third. Elvis Merzlikins keeping the Jets off the board in this one in Columbus on Sportsnet. Cloud Infrastructure, provider of the NHL.
Pierre-Luc Dubois this year, well, he's making his living in front of the net, excluding his empty net goals, 7 from directly in front, 1 from that extended range between the face-off circles. It's snake bitten here tonight in his return to Columbus.
Here comes Lowry with it. Hands it up for Harkins. Try to feed it back, and Roslovic will break it up and clear it out. Pionk over to Brendan Dillon. Up for Harkins. Try to get it in. That stopped. Zach Werenski backs up with it. He'll play it off for Bean. Up on the wing and dumped in. Hellebuck will set it up for Pionk. Connor Hellebuck keeping an eye on Paul Maurice on the Winnipeg bench as the puck gets lifted in, and there goes Hellebuck. The Winnipeg net is empty. Robinson up with it. Dropped it back, cut off at the line on a good move by Ehlers. Merzlikins will stop it and leave it for Peak. Up around the boards, Texier is checked. Corrali trying to clear it out. Knocked down by Morrissey. Dubois goes after it back of the goal. Andrew Peak up with the puck for the empty net. Scores! Andrew Peak. First of the year for Andrew Peak, who hadn't scored since February 16th, 2020 in New Jersey.
You know, that's that balancing act. You're down 2-0. You've had trouble scoring goals. You get the goalie out. But that allows the opposition with that 2-goal cushion to take opportunities like this to try and score from their own end. Not even worried about the icing. And Peak picks it perfectly. You like that? Peak picks it perfectly.
Very well.
Yeah, thanks. And it's 3-0.
And Josh Morrissey has been called for slashing right after the goal as well. So it's another PP, a power play for the Blue Jackets.
Thanks for helping me out with that alliteration.
After Peak put the puck in the net. Here's Werenski. Got it across for Voracek, and he'll dump it in. Puck picked up along the wing. Riley Nash will get it out. Nash to center. Held up along the boards by Zach Werenski as he tried to get it in. There's Voracek. Up through center. Brings it in on his own. Dropped it back to the point. Zach Werenski. Moves it across. Boltfist. For Voracek. Back to Werenski. To Voracek. Looks to the net. Tried to feather that pass through the slot. Broken up by Lowry, and he'll get it down the ice.
Looking for Boquist, who had snuck down just below the top of the circle. Tried to force that one through.
There's Bean. He'll dump it in. Puck picked up by Brendan Dillon, and he'll clear it down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the power play.
Just as soon kill the time off the clock with nothing happening here for Columbus.
Bean will dump it in off the glass. Dillon around in the corner. And out is picked up again by Dillon. He'll get it up for Kopp. Kopp through center. Put it off the skate of Toninato and got it back, and as a result, it's an offside.
Yeah, and it's just a sign of what we've seen for the last couple of games here for Winnipeg. Things just a little bit off. Passes in skates, passes bouncing off the opposition skate. A couple of untimely offsides, bad bounces, puck luck not going their way right now. They have to give credit to Merzlikins. 64 shot attempts here in the game for Winnipeg.
Going back to the 2014-15 season, the Jets had won 8 of the last 12 games against Columbus. As this puck gets fired down the ice, but the Blue Jackets the better of the Jets here tonight. And Columbus is going to get a point in 12 of their last 16 home games now if they hold on here in the last minute 26. Chinakhov with it. Throws it back to the point. Zach Werenski is there. Chinakhov will play it out for Voracek. Logan Stanley up with it. Dylan Anello. Going to take his time here as they It's set to count down the final minute. Morrissey from center will dump it in. Lowry goes after it. Svechnikov back of the goal. Texier along the boards. But it's Svechnikov that'll swing it back across. Cleared out at center. Lowry goes back to get it. They're on their feet here in Columbus. Morrissey up at center, and it's dumped in by Vesalainen. Elvis Merzlikins trying to play it. That was broken up. Robinson on it. He'll backhand it and get it out. 10 seconds to go, and only one thing left to decide, and it's going to be decided as it's dumped in. Elvis Merzlikins. 8th career shutout, and it's first against Winnipeg in a 3-0 Blue Jackets victory.
Elvis was pretty fired up. I was watching him away from the puck. When the puck was in Winnipeg's end, he's trying to calm himself down. He's throwing his glove down. Calm down, take it easy. He starts shaking his head. He raised his hands for a second, then the puck went back in his zone and said, wait a sec, business isn't quite done yet, but it surely is now.
36 saves for the victory as the Jets now have lost 4 straight, as they'll head off to Minnesota for a date with the Wild on Friday. So a big victory for the Columbus Blue Jackets on home ice. 3-0, the final here in Columbus. Now we'll send you to Washington for the Canadiens and Capitals with Carter Ryan Singh and Greg Millen.